Dum 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 dum. Oh, we're live. Good evening. Welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. It is Thursday, the 28th of May. Good evening to everyone in the chat. I'll give a big shout out to everyone in the chat first of all. Niall Crazy Horse. What have you been hearing? What have you been hearing? I'm hearing a lot of rumours. Let's just say one of them, I'm not keen on Robbie. I'm not here to spoil the party, but I have had conversations today. And if you remember back, I've called out things before they've happened, and it is the same people. It is the same people that are a little bit darker. It is the same people that's been passing on information to me today. And let's just say that there has been developments today. The media will tell you otherwise. The media will tell you that the meeting with Dermot Desmond has been pushed back with Martin O'Neill. But today at Celtic Park, yesterday, Michael Nicholson was down in London, and today there were people arriving at Celtic Park with suits on. One of them was Sean Maloney. He arrived with a suit on at Celtic Park, and it's like Niall said. I'm afraid to tell you, Niall, that you may not be too keen on what's going on at Celtic Park right now. That's all I'm going to say. But is Dermot Desmond Dermot Desmond about to get his dream team of Martin O'Neill in the top echelons of Celtic Park and Robbie Keane as a manager? Dun, dun, dun. Yes, that seems to be the dream team that Dermot Desmond wants at Celtic. Martin O'Neill to stay within the club, to steady the ship. And I'm sure that Robbie Keane was actually involved with Ireland when Martin O'Neill was manager, was he not? That is the dream team. I think that Baz, I've heard that Martin O'Neill has turned down another season, and that's a different manager on the way, says Big Rab. What you've heard, Big Rab, may not be too far from the truth. The fact is, Martin O'Neill will be moving upstairs if Dermot Desmond gets his way, and Robbie Keane will be the next Celtic manager. Don't say I told you first, but if it does happen, tell me how you feel about it. There's lots of other stories going on tonight. Julian Rojo, fantastic little Mexican. If there's one player, he's a player that Martin O'Neill absolutely loved. He's a player that Wilfred Nancy told Celtic about. He's a player that has fight, has desire, has everything that you want to be a Celtic player. When you look at some of the players, wrong screen, when you look at some of the players that do have fight, desire, Eisenmeyer, when you look at Alistair Johnston, he has fight and desire. When you look at Callum McGregor and James Forrest, they have it in abundance. In abundance. They know what it means to get it over the line. Who will be the next Celtic manager? It is getting down to the nitty gritty with the Celtic manager candidate. Talks are well underway. Will Celtic make an announcement tomorrow that they will extend the season ticket deadline just in case? People are saying that Keane was in London. There was a reason. There was the answer. We all know that Celtic do their talks in London. They don't do them at Celtic Park, but it was alleged that Keane was in Glasgow today. That's all that I'm saying at Celtic Park. Anyway, Celtic have delayed talks with Martin O'Neill whilst they continue to find the next manager. Dies Maida, he's been talking about his future, and he's talking about his he hasn't mentioned it in so many words, but he was linked to go to Wolfsburg last summer. That move collapsed due to the fact that Celtic could not get a player in to replace Dies Maida, and he was an important player for the season, as it turns out. He had packed. Let's look at the facts that we know. We know that Dies Maida had packed up his locker. Glasgow Rebel, the better, because I've nicknamed the kitten Fozzie. Shh, don't tell the wife though. There's one. Evening Baz, would you like Martin O'Neill being turned into an old puppet? Yes, man. To be sent out when we're not playing. He's already that, mate. I'm sorry, but Martin O'Neill is already Dermot Desmond. I hate to break it to you, John, but he's already Dermot Desmond's yes man. Other people might not see it, but it's fact. Don't know. He'll do anything for Dermot Desmond. He'll do whatever he's asked by Dermot Desmond, and he's proven that over the last 8 months. Do you know? Turned into an old DD puppet. History will not be kind to those at Celtic, that's for sure. But anyway, moving on from it, the big news is that Celtic have been in talks with Julian Araujo. Julian Araujo's went back to Mexico to get ready for the World Cup. That's what we all know. But it's been suggested that clubs in Mexico have been having a little bit of an interest in the little Mexican because he was such a fantastic player for Celtic, and especially the way that he played in a certain few games for Celtic. Although Alistair Johnston remains the first choice right back for Celtic, Julian Araujo, you've got to say, if you want somebody to come in, and the reason that Celtic are thinking, well, initially they wanted to take Julian Araujo on loan again next season to prove his worth over a full season, to have a bit of fantastic backup for Alistair Johnston. We all know the attacking prowess that Alistair Johnston has as a player. He's absolutely great going forward. He's got a bit of fight about him. He's got a bit of oomph about him. He's got a bit of, do you know what? If there's a wee square go, as they say, in the middle of the pitch, your wee man for Canada, he's right in there at the front, bigging up to the biggest man in front of them. Julian Araujo, well, he's cut of similar cloth, although from the opposing sides of the Americas, of the new lands. Yes, the new lands. Julian Araujo helped solve a problem at Celtic that was really, 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 really... Was it that big? I mean, we had Colby Donovan in place. He served the club really well. We also had Tony Ralston. And both those players served the club fantastic in that position. But when it comes to going forward, it has to be said that, you know, Julian Araujo was a fantastic player. Will Celtic keep tabs on the situation, or will they just allow that one to disappear? If Martin O'Neill is kept in any capacity at Celtic Park, I think that Martin O'Neill may suggest to Robbie Keane, if it is Robbie Keane as manager, we should know in the next 5 days, if it is Robbie Keane as manager, Martin O'Neill will say to Robbie Keane, if you want a fighter, and you were a bit of a fighter as a player, you know, you loved your wee dance when you scored goals, maybe. But there is a big question mark, and then what happens to Alistair Johnston? Is Alistair Johnston a player that Celtic may cash in on in the summer? It's an interesting one. Anyway, Dies Maida has been talking about his time at Celtic. He's been talking about the fact that even though he turns, what is he, 29 this year, he's in. He is a player, Dies Maida, between me and you. Dies Maida is a player that, as a manager, when you walk up to a player and you say, "How do you feel?" Do you feel that you're at the top of your game? With Dies Maida, it's of course he is. Of course he is. He's at the top of his game. He's at the top of his transfer. Well, is he at the top of the transfer? How much Celtic will get for him? Dies Maida has been talking about his form and his future whilst speaking ahead of the World Cup. He admitted that he wasn't in great form at the beginning of the season, but he wanted to get into better shape towards the end. He says he thinks he can maintain the momentum and get a good result at the World Cup. I don't know the reason, he said, why I wasn't in good form at the beginning of the season. Maybe with the fact that you'd packed up your locker, Dyson, and you put your boots away, you put your kit away, and for 4 days you were telling the lads every day, oh, "This is the last one, mate. This is it. This sayonara." It's the long goodbye. The rising sun is setting on my time at Celtic. I'm off to Wolfsburg. Didn't happen though, did it? So Dyson Maida says that he's a bit confused on why his form wasn't so good. We all know really what was going on. He said there's a good chance this will be my last World Cup, so I want to enjoy it at 29-year-old. I think that this will be, age-wise, do you know what I mean? He's 29-year-old, another 4 years from now, 33, he's not getting to a World Cup, is he? He knows. Of course Dyson was going to up his game. That's why we respect and love Dyson Maida. When it mattered, he stood up. He was wanted to be counted. He had fire in his belly. He knew what it meant to win. And when you want to go out a winner, you will do everything in your capacity as a player. There's one thing for sure. Celtic will miss Dyson Maida next season. I've said for a couple of seasons now that I expected Dyson Maida to be sold. This is the season that he will be sold. We know that. With 1 year remaining on his contract, Celtic have no choice but to accept the highest offer. Now, will Wolfsburg come back in for Dyson Maida? Because it's been said that another club will come in for a player that they were in for in the last transfer window. And it said that they're going to come in with an even improved offer, if it's to be believed. All the transfer talk is the fact that a certain club down south that came in and offered 25 million for a Celtic player who we bought for 11 million, and they want to come back with a higher improved offer to make sure the deal is done and they get their man. If we get over 25 million for Arne Engels, scores again, 11 million down the drain. If we do get over 25 million plus for Arne Engels, and we do get in the region around about 15 to 20 million for Dyson Maida, you're talking a big chunk of cash. And then you've got Rio Hatate, who's expected to leave the club. Never mind the love bombs. Give us a big bag of cash for the next manager to spend. Anyway, Arne Engels, he's expected to be at the door. Robbie Keane, favourite at 1-1 with the bookies, says Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd guy. Well, if you'd been at the beginning of the video, I did divulge that it is... I have been told that Robbie Keane was in and around the echelons of the higher... He's been talking to the top people at Celtic, and is alleged that he maybe have been at Celtic Park today before meeting up with Michael Nicholson yesterday in London. So, just need to wait and see. Before anything, Michael Nicholson and Chris Mackay both need to leave, says Jim Lister. That isn't going to happen, Jim. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Is there no compo or nothing with Robbie Keane? No, he resigned. Robbie Keane resigned from the club he was with. Any team would miss him, and just what he gives you off the ball alone. Robbie Keane, oof. He's been favourite for a few weeks now. Yes, he has been favourite for weeks, and I think it will be great with the Irish Mafia in charge. Come on, you black and tans, come on and fight you like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell you how the Irish made you run like Hillary. The boardroom will be some crack, won't it? Some missiles. Could you imagine Nicholson and co sitting at the board meeting? Wait a minute. It's the closest thing I've got to a black beret. Oh man, honestly, be an absolute last. The board will go for the cheapest option as usual. I think Robbie could do the job, to be honest. It's a shame that there are some support who have an issue with him. Do you know what I love? If there is another fan media podcast out there that gives you rebel tunes, big up them, because we should never forget. We should never forget. And my old granny up there, she'd be looking down at me going, very proud, son. Very proud. Very, 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 very proud. Brun, and a bag of euros for Robbie on the golf course. Well, that's another one that needs to be decided. Who would be the number two to Robbie Keane, especially if Sean Maloney, he didn't get all suited and booted to head into Celtic Park. There's been quite a lot of WhatsApp group chats passing on information today that Sean Maloney waltzed into Celtic Park with a suit on. Let me just jump back to this. Gus is in the house. I'm just trying to run back this. Nicholson was spotted boarding a flight yesterday to London. Where was that? And yes, put it this way: the source that told me was the same source that told me that Brendan Rodgers was leaving. If you remember when I broke that story a few years back, and he was also the person that told me that Brendan Rodgers was coming back. So it is a highly trusted source that sits in a certain area of the ground. Big shout out to Gus Fitzsimmons. Good fix. Thank you, Baz, for this season and the watch alongs. We're fantastic. Love your channel. Keep up the great work. Don't worry, mate. We don't do walking away on this channel. You know that. And we're only getting started for the summer. Do you know, whilst other like people in the sports industry might be taking a break, not a chance. We double down at this time of year. Can someone tell me if this is not another penny campaign is still going? I saw a lot of new tops. That has to be the best, not the best, but the funniest. Can someone tell me if this not another penny campaign is still going? I saw a lot of new tops at the cup final, and remember, people that got season tickets are the people that have cup final tickets. It's no randoms. It is not randoms. So I don't know. I mean, does the not another penny campaign? I mean, if right, we need to talk about there is the meltdown, and a lot of people say, I hope he stays in London. Taking a job in Israel should be enough to keep Keane out the Celtic job for out the Celtic job. Free Palestine. Paul. Uh, at least Paul. I'm going to say just now. Um, when it happens, I fully expect you to resume your campaign of not him as manager for the next 2 seasons. If it happens. Oh, man. I'm hearing a rumour that Kennedy wanted to come back as number 2. Glasgow Rebel, are you drunk? Celtic and John Kennedy, it's like a bird that you dumped. Just doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. But anyway, Paul Baird, I fully expect Paul to take up his role as the community. I fucking hate the manager and he shouldn't be here, like he did when Brendan Rodgers came back. I think that he will continue that. I can't help but laughing. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at it because I know it's going. I've just got this. See, when you just know something's going to happen, and I could fucking told you he shouldn't be here. He's one of them. He's a wrong'un. He's a wrong'un, and he shouldn't be in the Celtic job. And I know you've not got a Scottish accent, but he's a wrong'un, and he shouldn't be in the Celtic job. Ha ha. Oh, bring it on, because there will be Celtic fans that say that Robbie Keane should be absolutely nowhere near the job. Big Rab says another, if it thinks that Robbie Keane will come in as a cheap option, is wrong. Oh, whoa, who did that? Hello? Hand of God? Come here, please. Can you check that over there? The tray? But this one of them has done a fucking shit, or well, must be that Doug. Oh gosh, she's wanting out, isn't she? Jesus God. Never work with animals and pets, as they say. There's another super chat coming from Danny Cassie. Big shout out to Danny Cassie. Why did we decide to get more animals in the house? Robbie Keane in the showers with his pen. I doubt it. I fully expect the Green Brigade support the anti Robbie Keane campaign with me. I didn't want Clark. That was the best news ever today. Yes, it was that. Keane is only good for doing cartwheels. Well, Nancy, more delusional than we thought. Well, never mind about him. Who cares? Big Rab, it is not. It's definitely the dog. We have a dog that is old. She's really old, and then we've got last week we got 2 kittens, and I called one of them Fozzie, and the missus didn't have a clue who the fuck Fozzie was until she heard me say, we need to keep Fozzie at the club. So yeah, the shit kind of hit the fan when I told the missus who Fozzie was, and she was like, "Oh, imagine that coming out with a name Fozzie just out of thin air." Anyway, ha ha. It's all bonkers, isn't it? Right. Anyway, that is your Celtic news this evening. Let me just get a little bit of an update. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Yes. The wee Huns. The wee Huns. The wee Huns. Should we even give them any airtime? The meltdown continues. Continues? Continues, not continues. The meltdown continues. A total 47 arrests have been made in connection with a couple of games towards the end of pre-season with Celtic. Game in questions were obviously the Scottish Cup clash between Celtic and Rangers, where we're going on the pitch, you're never going to believe us, you're never going to believe us, you're never going to believe us, we're going on the pitch, we're going... Can you remember singing that at Brentford away? There was no issues then, was there? We're going on the pitch. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Really showing my age. But anyway, 47 arrests between that game and the title decider between Celtic and Hearts. And Hearts have come out greeting. Oh, the wee hands are shade. Oh, the wee hands are shade. Oh, the wee hands are shade. So fucking shite. Anyway, Police Scotland say that they haven't received any complaints from Hearts over alleged assaults, but the media, Celts for Life is maybe just taking the words out of my mouth, but the media are saying that Hearts have lodged allegations with Police Scotland about assaults on their players. The thing is, it was at Celtic Park. There was probably about 20,000 people with their mobile phones out going, milk, lemonade, chocolate, and it's an awful lot of, never mind the CCTV at Celtic Park. If there were to be any allegations of wrongdoing from Celtic fans against Hearts players, I'm sure some of the Celtic fan base would have got their cameras out and went, there's a wee fanny trying to kick fuck out of a Hearts player. Look at the state of this wee rocket. But anyway, didn't really happen, did it? But it is what it is. Total nonsense, and it's just the meltdown continues from that lot. You've asked that before, coached by a sir. Dermot Desmond, Robbie Keane, Liam Scales. In fact, wait a minute, because I was sent a top a couple of months ago. Wait, do not go away, because this is I'm going to jump full in and be part of the Irish Brigade. Wait a minute. I'm trying to find a top. Still got the it's still got the label on it. It's actually still got the label on it. I was sent this top a couple of months ago. Was that a couple of months ago? It must have been at least 6 weeks ago. And I never wore it. I got it at the same time as I got the top from the Brazen Head. Yes. Come on, you black and tans, come on and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you want medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the who know who. One da do 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 do. Bum bum ba da 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 da. And yes, it does still have the label on it. There you go. There you go. Still got the label on it. Anyway. There is going to just be a big Irish Brigade. Just get the tricolour back up. And yes, it was that one from the USA back in the day. Are you holding your annual podcast get together at the Barras? I've never held an annual podcast at the Barras. That might be a thing in the future, like, and especially since there is a festival going on in Spain in 7 days' time, I believe, and it is the Celtic Fans Festival. Just give me 2 seconds till I jump onto. You might have heard about it. It is being held down in Cabo Roig in Spain, big Irish area in España. And let me just see, where is his. Oh, 7 days ago. There we go. Missed it. Rosie Maguire's 7 days to go. It is going to have some ex-Celtic players there, and the ex-Celtic players are people that all have a connection to the area, because if you remember, Alan Thompson, who has been on this channel and said, subscribe to the One Celtic Fans View Like. I need to get that back up and get that video back up. But it's going to be in Rosie Maguire's. And
Girls, Alan Thompson here. It is a week before the fantastic festival over in Spain at Rosie Maguire's on the 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. So looking forward to seeing everyone. I've got my custom made Celtic specs that I'll take with me, and they are engraved with
Come out,
I'm not
black
going to
and
say
tan.
what they've got engraved on them. But look forward to seeing everyone. Please get your tickets. Look forward to, honestly, it's going to be a cracking few days. Music, celebrations.
I know that palaver. It is only in the one pub. The downside of that event, it is only in the one pub. Jackie McNamara's going. Jackie's dad stays out there. I've met Jackie Senior many times. I actually interviewed Jackie Senior on this channel a few years back in the Hoops Bar in Guardamar. Jackie McNamara will be there. Simon Donnelly, Alan Thompson, and let me just get who else is going.
And we went back into.
Where's your poster, your Raj? But anyway, the guy that's running it does run Celtic events, and he is in the know, and that's how he has the contacts. And they've made it in. They're calling it the Celtic Rosie Maguire's Celtic Festival. They're trying to make a yearly thing. It's
Hi, boys and girls.
The inaugural Celtic thing. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see how it kicks off. I think that there is. It's interesting because it's a fun time as Celtic fans, because there is the European Celtic Supporters Association that are coming out of France. They're trying to get a yearly thing going. You've got the one down in Cabo Roig, which is a big Irish area. Alicante is here, Benidorm's up here, and Cabo Roig's away down the other way. So the Brits got that side, an hour up the road that side, and the Irish got down this side. And you couldn't be further away from Benidorm if you tried. Brilliant part of the world, and I wish everybody success in the Celtic Supporters Festival. First one in Spain. Will it be the only one? Anyway, Thompson's off the drink. Is he? He likes a Bacardi or two. That's all that I'm saying. Delivered to Tomo when he stayed next to Rickson. He loved the banter. I spoke to Tomo a good couple of times when I stayed up that way. Obviously, he drank in Paddy's Point. Paddy's Point's a club that I had a good few videos of, and I used to interview a couple of the lads after. Jackie McNamara's Senior used to drink in Paddy's Point, used to drink in the Hoops Bar, and he's also been seen drinking down in Rosie Maguire's, and fantastic. Honestly, the stories that Jackie Mac Senior could tell you, absolutely brilliant. And anyway, Baz, going down. Why no? Down, it's up, mate, and it's 5 hours drive. It's not just up the road. Spain's a massive country. It's a 5 hour drive. Trust me, I drove it twice in 3 days to move down here. But no, I'm not going to go to it. It is what it'll be. Simon Donnelly, Jackie McNamara, Alan Thompson, and and Wilfred Nancy by the end of the night. Bring your own drinking board games. It's not that at all, is it? But anyway, sure, another ex-Celtic captain's going. But anyway, all right, that's me done and dusted for this evening. One last check of the Celtic Lone Star. Close this 2 seconds. A little bit of an update that might be coming through. It's an interesting one. It's just another one saying that Boca Juniors are plotting to offload Marcelo Saracchi, but Celtic have not triggered the option to buy clause that they hold as yet. What I've been told is that they are in negotiations and they are trying to lower the fee. Typical Celtic. Celtic had an activation of 2.5 million euros, and Celtic being Celtic is they are trying to get it for about 1.5 million. Tommy Johnson, Joe Miller, Cy Donnelly are the other three. There you go. Johnny Boy got it. I knew it was Tommy Johnson. The thing is, I understand why these guys have all been called out because that are going to it. And it is because the guy that's running it, he's done events with them before. And it's a sad thing that these ex-players only turn up when they're getting coin over their hands. Anyway, that is me done and dusted for this morning. I'm hoping to get some more news tomorrow. It may not come first thing tomorrow morning. One last check of WhatsApp. Just going over these messages. Not expecting anything to come through first thing tomorrow morning, but you never, ever know. Can we not just pay the asking price for once, for fuck's sake? Yeah, I would rather that we did. Anyway, I shall see you all in the morning. Friday night, there will be a Friday night live. There may even be a Friday afternoon live. I think I might just go mental over the weekend and just go Celtic lives, hoping to break some breaking news as it happens. And I'm waiting to get this top off before I perspire into it, because I don't want to wash it because it's still got the price tag on it. Anyway, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world. Come on, you black and tans, come on and fight you like a man. Tell your wife, oh, you want medals down in Flanders. Tell her how